If you are within my demographic of people, which I assume is young adults, roughly 18 to let's go 25, who are on the internet above average like amount of time, you've seen the videos. You've seen Andrew Tate videos, you've seen the girl version of Andrew Tate. You understand what the gender wars are on the internet. And I kind of wanted to just delve into how stupid that is. To me, I've always understood that gender wars, it's just playground stuff. Like little kids arguing, like, ooh, man's strong, he fight, girl. I don't even know. I don't really engage with that stuff. I kept seeing videos today about like people making fun of Andrew Tate stuff, and then it would get stitched by some dude being like, no, men need to be able to physically overpower other man in order to assert dominance. I think I think that's just I mean, we all know it's stupid. It's not even a think anymore. But I really do wonder how it affects even younger people. Because I'll tell you what, I totally understand how easy it is to fall into ideologies like that. Now, without saying too much, I grew up watching like iDubbbz, Filthy Frank. You get the gist, right? All of the like Leafy's here, right? All of the edgier like YouTubers at that time, the ones who were like, "Oh, dude, it's so cool to bully people for attributes about themselves that they can't change, or just be blatantly racist." We all get what's going on there. I used to be a fan of that when I was like fucking 13. So I understand like when you're at 13, how easy it is to un- kind of, I don't want to say relate, but to just understand that kind of humor and to find it funny. And there is definitely an escalation from, let's say, iDubbbz making fun of an autistic person to Andrew Tate like advocating that men should, I don't know, do something and dominate over women. That's a that's a completely different like jump, but it's reaching the same audience of impressionable children, right? And I mean, you see the examples of kids these days growing up on just the worst of the worst, and that imprinting on them in such a way that it's kind of irreversible. And I fear that like if I were to have kids, I would genuinely have to just monitor every single piece of media that they consume online to ensure that they don't see that kind of stuff. Because if I had a kid, I don't want them watching Andrew Tate. I don't want them growing up thinking you have to eat your like all of your meals off a wooden cutting board and it has to be steak, eggs, avocado, whatever the fuck else. You know? I feel like those people who sell that kind of lifestyle or promote that kind of lifestyle are genuinely the scum of the earth, right? And I mean, not even getting into that. I mean, I think this whole internet gender war stuff of like men need to do this, oh women need to act like this. It's just like what are these huge generalizations that you have about, let's just go with America for this example. Like, what do you have about the huge generalizations of the American way of life? I mean, every single region of America has their own like sub like cultures about how they even go about their gender roles of male and female, right? And I just mean like as someone who is like emotionally mature and like has a brain, I guess, seeing videos of people who are older than me cry to the cry into their cameras about whatever gender specific issue they have. I pity them. I pity them that there's also a deep underlying understanding that they're just doing it for money, like just for views or whatever. But I mean, not like it can't be all of them, right? Some of them have to be genuine. And for those people, I pity them. It's like this is what is riling you up. This is what gets you going in the morning. I think her name is like Drew Affalo. I don't know. She's the first person that's coming to my mind upon like the female version of Andrew Tate, which She is not, to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure Andrew Tate's like a rapist and a sex offender and sexual trafficker person, and I'm pretty sure Drew is just rude to men online. So don't take that comparison one to one. But my point still stands is like people are profiting. They're profiting off the fact that certain women don't like men and certain men don't like women. And I understand that there's a complete, again, another disparity between that because a lot of violence from men towards women, not the other way around. But at the end of the day, most of what is being said and what is being just reiterated over and over and over again to be refounded upon solely lies on the internet. But the way that it is being communicated makes it appear that these issues are more prevalent in real life than they actually are, if that makes sense. I feel like people take their internet drama and they fucking inflate it in scale to make it appear as more important than it actually is or more relevant than it actually is, and in turn it affects the much younger and impressionable audience who think like I'm just gonna keep going with men here. It's like men seeing like themselves getting hated on so much by women online. They're like, okay, I'm gonna grow up to hate women or something. I don't know. That's the most basic pipeline I can think of. Because I think that was the excuse like the Democrats used for saying young white men are voting for Trump instead of for Hillary. It's like, oh, I've just been the Democratic Party has been telling me over and over again that they hate white men. White men are the scapegoaters of the Democratic Party. Everything's their fault or something. It's like that's your level of fucking understanding is just ending right there of white man bad, person of color, and also woman good. I feel like um it's so mind-boggling how how people even come to those generalizations in general. But you also do have to understand you have to understand that the average person is not that smart, and if you don't explain something very articulately and very carefully, they can make they make their own assumptions. And more often than not, those assumptions are just wrong and stupid. What I'm trying to say here is that gender wars are fucking stupid. Stupid concept. It's really only on the internet. If you ask someone in real life, more often than not, they're not gonna hold these deep seated hatreds towards the opposite gender. And I mean, I'm not. I'm again. I'm only really talking about men, male and female here. Um, I'm not really too well versed into like all the other ones. Um, but I mean no disrespect. Those are just the main two that people talk about. Um, but again, gender wars are stupid. People who engage with that kind of content are stupid. I know it's crazy because like I watch them too. Like I watch a video. I have to explain this to my friends all the time when I send them weird videos. But I watch it in the same way like when you drive past a car crash, you kind of slow. You slow down and you know, ooh, damn, that car got fucked up. That's how I view these videos. I view a video of Andrew Tate saying like the N word and then saying he's so cool and then that rape is good. And I watch that, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then I open the comments and no one else has that same opinion. All the comments are like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good, you know? And it's the same thing if I'll see like um a woman creator, she'll make a video being like, all men are trash, something something. I'm at the gym, I'm being looked at, whatever the fuck it can be, right? And all the comments are more of the same, like I don't want to say incel women, but like the same kind of person who would view Andrew Tate videos, except they have tits and a vagina instead of a penis and balls. It's the same exact personality, just the genitalia is different. And they'll all just be agreeing with the woman, and I'll just watch the video and be like, this is so stupid. This is so silly. And um, you're talking like a child, and you're having emotions like a child. And frankly, I don't see how anyone can take you seriously at all. Again, Gender war stuff is pretty stupid. I imagine at some point, at some point in human development, we'll get over the fact that men are weird and women are not as weird. I hope at some point we can get over that. But if you see this kind of content, I would try to disengage from it as much as you can, as entertaining as it may be, in the sense of like, again, you're just looking at it like, what the fuck? Like these people are not real. As entertaining it may be to view it in that perception, try not to. May just hit like not interested or just block the accounts in general. But if you're one of those people who genuinely enjoys this kind of content and you watch those videos and you relate to them and you like reiterate their rhetoric and you fully believe in those core beliefs of misogyny or misandry, whatever the fuck, um, I just know you're like 13, or if you're 13, you have just growing to do, just maturing in general. But if you're like an adult and you watch these videos and you like pay bills and you like live in a house, like you're paying rent on a place, I think it's just too late for you, low key, bro. You might just be too late. I don't know. Stop watching these videos though. They're not good for your brain. Thank you.